you as excited as I am? Who's learned a lot today already? I reckon everyone, yeah. Same here. Every time I come to one of these events, it's just awesome. So who am I? I'm going to share with you my journey in the next 15 minutes or so. I grew up in Switzerland. That's where my accent is from. And that's me in school there. And that was my pet cow. Not really, but I just kind of like the idea. And one of the mountains in my backyard as well. I grew up in a middle-class family, and when I was 18, I trained as a chef. I worked in a few jobs, and then when I was 23, I got a fantastic opportunity to train and work with one of the best chefs at the time in the UK. So I packed my bags, and off I went. Didn't really know much about the job, just where I was meant to work, so I just went there, and it was a big adventure. And I cooked for London's elite. I also cooked for heads of state, celebrities, cooked for Lady Diana. It was a private club, and members had to pay a lot of money just to go and dine there, and they actually paid as well for that too. So, to cut a long story short, I got caught by Cupid's arrow. Whack! Didn't expect that from my lovely husband, John. He's sitting at the back there. Say hi, John. He's quite shy. And yeah, John and I actually worked together at the restaurant, and he checked me out for 6 months. He followed me around the kitchen, and he used to invite me for dinners and stuff. And yeah, we became really good friends, and we fell in love. And that was 22 years ago. John's now my husband. He's the love of my life. He's my best friend. He's also my biggest fan. And he's my soulmate, and he supports me through everything I do. So much of the stuff I'm sharing with you today is credit to John, because without him, I couldn't have done it. You know, you need to have that support. So, and yeah, when my contract was up in the UK, I moved back to Switzerland, and John eventually followed me, and we worked in Germany and Switzerland for a few years. But then we migrated to Australia, and it was a dream come true for me. Ever since I was 19, I dreamed about living in Australia. I don't know what it was. By the time we migrated, I was 30, so it's a pretty long dream to have, right? So can you all do me a favor and go, Aussie, Aussie, Aussie? Yeah, I always wanted to do that. Thank you. So yeah, we migrated, we settled in the new country. Everything was fantastic. And when we actually got here, we found it was a lot better than we'd imagined as well. We just love living in Australia. And I'm proud to say that I'm an Australian as well. So, you know, that's why my heart is there. Thank you. But then something happened. I realized that I was probably not such a good employee. I became disenchanted with my work. I hated my job. I worked very long hours. Often we worked 60 to 90 hours a week, and we got paid for 40. The pay was crap. As a chef, you don't really get paid a lot of money unless you're a celebrity chef like Jamie Oliver. And the hours are terrific, and even worse is the work environment. It's very stressful. You know, the bosses are not very understanding, and they treat you like crap. So I wanted out, and I thought there had to be a better way. There had to be something better. And I was dreaming about having my own business, being my own boss, and being able to command my own hours. So I wanted to work from home, and I wanted to be able to travel and, you know, take my business anywhere in the world. You know, having an internet business. And much of what you guys are learning this weekend is what my business is based on as well. So eventually, I quit. I sacked my boss, and it was really cool. I stuffed around with a couple of business ventures for about 4 years, totally failed, lost a lot of money, but nevertheless, I discovered my love of writing. I'm a copywriter, but I started out as a freelance writer, and I built my business from scratch. I basically started off blogging for a reasonably known marketer in Asia. I found a job online, and I applied for it, and I got it. Wow, how cool is that? So you can actually get paid to write for someone else. So that got me started, and I was hanging around in forums. That's my blog there, which is now being written on by a couple of my writers and my website. And I got started off with forum marketing and found a lot of my clients online. So through the, I also built my blog at the same time, did a lot of blogging back then, and a lot of clients found me. They came to me, they found me through the forum or via the blog, and they inquired about my services. And, I built my business, and it was really, really good. And I built quite a good business, but then, and all without formal education. I'm nothing special. I used to be a chef, and I'm self-taught, and I just went for it. But then it turned out that I ended up working too much. I basically worked about 14 hours a day because as my business grew, I was writing, forgetting to eat, forgetting to sleep, and I got almost to the point of getting sick, and I actually had a nervous breakdown, and I became quite disenchanted with my business. I lost my mojo. I thought, this can't be it. You can't just work like that. And I realized that I had traded my job as an employee for a job at home. So I was looking for an answer of, to get out of that. I heard about outsourcing. I mean, who hasn't heard about outsourcing? And back then, it was fairly new. It wasn't as widely discussed as it is today. And I was umming and ahhing about it, should I do it, should I not? And eventually I decided to go for it. And within 8 months of outsourcing and making that decision, I added an extra 6 figures to my business. And that was a massive goal for me. I wanted to have a 6-figure business. So soon after that, I met Andrew and Daryl, and it was actually at an event like this in Sydney. It was last year in June, I think. And I like these guys. They shared so much. As you can see, they share everything with you. They're really open with their knowledge. And I was looking for a mentor at the time because I was also exposed to bad influence in my life, not from John, he's the only one supporting me, but other people and the situation I was in. So I knew that I needed a mentor who could help me keeping my mind on track and keeping me positive and not getting me dragged down into the negative stuff that so many are exposed to when they're in their own business. So I joined their high-end mentoring, and one of the things Daryl and Andrew taught me was the importance of value exchange in business. And as a result of that, they have helped me attract better clients. Actually, a few of them are in a room here, which is pretty cool. So these days I deal with better clients, and I'm able to give them better value as well. So it made me a better person, a better writer in the process. And one of the things I really love about writing is the direct response marketing side of it. Being a writer is great, but the copywriting side of it is really what gets my juices flowing, because you got to get into the heads of the buyer and find out what drives them to buy. And that's something you guys obviously have to learn when you build your own businesses. So that was a dream come true, obviously. Having my own business, I'm able to travel. And the next dream I wanted to achieve is, because of John helping me to build my business, seeing me fail and then seeing me succeed, I wanted to get John out of employment as well. So I worked really, really hard to get him out of a job. And for a few years, we would basically say goodbye to each other in the morning. He would go to work, he was a chef as well, and come home at midnight, and we wouldn't see each other all day. And it was very, very frustrating for me. And so I was, doing my best to get him out of a job, and I'm happy to say that he basically sacked his boss at the end of January last year, and he's been without a boss for over a year now, and he's unemployable. So, yeah. John's my support team. He helps me in the business. He cooks for me, which is great because I really hate cooking now. So he feeds me and looks after me, and is really, there to support me with everything I do. all of this is possible with the things you guys are learning this weekend, you know, that pay attention to what Daryl and Andrew are teaching you, because there's so much value in that. And, you know, look, that's us cruising last year. I mean, we love cruising, so make sure you vote for us. No, seriously, we're big cruise addicts. John and I have been on 3 cruises already, and we just keep going because we love it. It's the best holiday. So we cruised the South Pacific last year. That was us in Dubai for a whole month last year as well. We spent the month in Dubai and, you know, checking out all the touristy stuff. We even went skiing. There's this big, it's a shopping mall. It's one of the biggest in the world, and they got a skiing slow ball enclosed, and you rock up, and it's like freezing cold, and you go skiing there. It was pretty cool. So, and then at the end of last year, we went to Thailand with Daryl and Andrew's clients, and we had a ball there. We got to know Daryl and Andrew on a more intimate level, which was really special for us, because, you know, you build friendships when you hang out with people, and a lot of the people who are in the program like we are, they're all great. You know, everyone's fantastic. Everyone's sticking together and supporting each other. So that was a fantastic time as well. And we even got to ride on an elephant, which was pretty cool. So, you know, for me, the awesome lifestyle, having the friends, being able to travel and having time out, enjoying different cultures, and just having fun and laughing, that's what life's all about. But one of the things that I got complacent, put it like that. You know, I did pretty well. I got John out of a job, and, you know, I didn't need to stress about stuff. You know, clients are coming my way. And I must also add that I've never advertised my business. And, you know, people just come to me, and I get referrals and repeat clients, and I suppose I'm pretty fortunate that way. But it's also, you know, I found, I have a cruisy business. I don't really need to worry about it. So I got complacent, and a lot of the stuff Daryl and Andrew were coaching us and telling us, I knew it on an intellectual level, but I didn't take action. And I missed a lot of opportunities as well. And then they said something to me that created a massive momentum shift. I'm like, oh, you just got to do it, you know. So what I did is I took action, and I made a cool $9,500 in 2.5 hours from something Daryl and Andrew were telling me. So that was pretty cool. Yeah. That was a milestone in my business, because people now pay me to coach them. And so I'm setting up a membership site as I coach people, coach other writers who want to become copywriters, and that's pretty special. Last year, I turned just under $250,000 in my business. Much of it is thanks to Andrew and Daryl. So they helped me grow my business. The main reason I wanted to be with, you know, be mentored by them is to earn passive income, and they're helping me achieving this now, so which is fantastic. My reason why, John, my lovely husband, I wouldn't do it without him. And these are our little babies. We don't have kids, these are our kids, okay? We've got 8 cockatiels, and they are our company. They look after us when we're at home. They sit on our shoulder and shit everywhere. but it's considered good luck, right? So, that's our reason, and the travel and the lifestyle. I mean, I've got a portable business. I can go anywhere in the world and, you know, work from my laptop and earn money, which is fantastic. So my journey was, you know, I was able to quit my job. I'm working from home. I live in the country of my dreams. I travel frequently. I make more money than I've ever made being a chef. And I have an exciting future ahead of me, thanks to Daryl and Andrew. Now it's your turn. Thank you. Thank you.